since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Had to represent the image of someone else. Now it's time to take control of my mental health. I can't believe I even let this all affect me. I don't wanna be like nobody else. I wanna be different. And if that means I gotta do this by myself, well then I'd rather be a misfit. Had me feeling like I never deserved this. Everything I do is absolutely worthless. Turn around and feeling like I was deserted. Had me feeling like I had to leave this earth, kid. Now I'm looking at the world through a new lens. Had to gotta separate for some new friends. Feeling better now, I just wanna let you know. Don't cry when they find me on the floor. If you don't understand what I'm saying, one day you'll find out. Eventually the greedy need a bigger mouth. Chew you up and swallow, then vomit out. That's what they live for. Listen, I can tell what you're missing. Vision, don't regret that decision. Feels just like a head-on collision. Misfit who I be, never question. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Had to represent the image of someone else. Now it's time to take control of my mental health. I can't believe I even let this all affect me. I don't wanna be like nobody else. I wanna be different. And if that means I gotta do this by myself, well then I'd rather be a misfit. Ride a roller coaster, no, never will again. Forget anyone bringing around the negative. I just wanna find a way to stay positive. I can't believe I wasn't addicted to acknowledgement. Now it's all about happiness, sunshine. Not a single rain cloud in my sky. Take a breath, step to the side. Somebody lend a hand, cause I'm drowning inside. If you don't understand what I'm saying, one day you'll find out. Eventually the greedy need a bigger mouth. Chew you up and swallow, then vomit out. That's what they live for. Listen, I can tell what you're missing. Vision, don't regret that decision. Feels just like a head-on collision. Misfit who I be, never question. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Had to represent the image of someone else. Now it's time to take control of my mental health. I can't believe I even let this all affect me. I don't wanna be like nobody else. I wanna be different. And if that means I gotta do this by myself, well then I'd rather be a misfit. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Rather be a misfit. I don't wanna be like nobody else. Rather be a misfit. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Rather be a misfit. I don't wanna be like nobody else. Rather be a misfit. If you don't understand what I'm saying, one day you'll find out. Eventually the greedy need a bigger mouth. Chew you up and swallow, then vomit out. That's what they live for. Listen, I can tell what you're missing. Vision, don't regret that decision. Feels just like a head-on collision. Misfit who I be, never question.
Hi everybody. So, trying to get my shit going. So, instead of just doing Karens all the time, I've heard of this person quite a bit. Her name is Vegan Teacher. She had a whole falling out thing with Call Me Chris, targeted her for a while. Just disclaimer, I don't care if you're vegan. I don't. But it's different being vegan and treating people like shit, because they're not, if that makes sense. So, and she's something, and I did not know that she's still making lives. So yeah, we're gonna go over Vegan Teacher.
Saying that people
Hang on a second. Let me... Okay.
dislike that vegan teacher might be the understatement of the decade. There are thousands of YouTube videos, Reddit threads, and news articles that all circle back to the same conclusion. This might be one of the most universally hated creators the internet has ever witnessed. She's managed to feud with just about every public figure imaginable, from Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay is in fact a racist person because this is racism. Yeah, I've decided to give it a new definition. It doesn't just refer to humans.
To Mr. Beast.
What is this? Is one of those vegan? Is the one that you are giving them to eat right now vegan? Is it yes or no?
2 brand new Feastable bars, milk chocolate, and
What? Milk chocolate. Milk chocolate comes from a cycle of violence where little baby boy cows are ripped away from their mothers. Mr. Beast, are you okay with these mothers and fathers? That is sexual. The fuck is wrong with you?
She's a
And
trip.
somehow, even Queen Elizabeth.
Thousands of them. Thousands of innocent animals treated that way by the Queen of England.
The goal was simple: convince the entire world to go vegan, listen to everything she had to say, and accept her as everyone's favourite self-proclaimed teacher. But along the way, she crossed every possible line, mocking people after they passed away, questioning whether entire species should even exist, and
Oh, she
repeatedly
goes to
comparing
extreme.
influencers and regular people to... So it shouldn't come as a surprise that her 15 minutes of fame collapsed just as fast as it appeared. At her peak, she had millions of followers. Today, she's lost nearly 2 million of them, and her name is only used as a punchline. I'm Indart, and as always, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. That vegan teacher, or Katie Karen Diekmeyer, didn't slowly build her audience. She didn't experiment with videos, nor did she test formats. She showed up on TikTok already set in her ways, and immediately
I will say that she's one that I think most of her followers are hate watchers. Just because of like how absurd some of her content is. And like I said, she even went after Call Me Chris. And it, ugh.
went
It gets
on
bad.
offense.
If you drink cow's milk, you're a piece of shit. You're an animal, or you can't deny it. You're paying a kidnapper, and that's the dairy industry. I'm just a messenger, so don't blame me.
After quitting her 2 previous jobs, which were
That
a
is
nurse
not
and
all
a teacher,
farce.
simply because she couldn't stand the people around her eating meat, she turned to creating content online. This way, she didn't have to surround herself with people who she would see as evil. The name suggested education, that vegan teacher. The content was anything but. Most, if not all videos were built around judging people and telling them they were morally wrong.
Don't eat chickens ever again. Don't eat chicken wings. Don't eat chicken legs. Don't eat any cows. Don't eat veal. Eat vegan burgers. Choose soy milk.
If everyone on the planet didn't eat animals, unlike if you're vegan, that's your choice. But if every single thing just didn't eat each other, do you realize humans would not be the only things overpopulating everything?
Her messages were always the same. If you eat meat, you're a bad person. If you disagree, you're uneducated. And if you argue back, that just proves her point. There was no room for discussion, no back and forth, just her talking down to everybody else. Regular users, influencers, even celebrities were all treated the same. For example, take a look at her most
Hey,
viral
at least she was
TikTok
consistent.
and see how she turns anything and everything into the chance to become vegan.
I don't know what to say to you. I don't know how old you are. I would say something different if you were 10 or if you were 18. But I can tell you this. You don't have to be like him. You do what you need to do to survive in that household. But you also do what you can to help other animals. Don't eat them, wear them, or use them whenever possible.
And somehow, people kept watching. The secret to her viral success wasn't agreement. People weren't sharing her videos because they suddenly became vegan. They shared them because they couldn't believe what they were watching. That vegan teacher absolutely loves songs. However, the ones she produced were extremely awkward and honestly just stupid. One prominent example of what she liked to sing is a song titled "Eating Animals is Wrong, McDonald's," where she stands outside of a real-life McDonald's with her ukulele, attempting to get them to change their entire menu to be vegan food.
3, 2, 1, sing. Eating an
Okay, McDonald's isn't even real meat. So,
wrong McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong McDonald's. Share this song and change your entire menu to be vegan from now on.
Obviously, this didn't work. The delivery felt rehearsed, but very unstable. The confidence that she did have didn't match the logic at all. In what world did she think that a single individual would be able to completely take over one of the biggest corporations to ever exist? Unfortunately, things only got worse from here. On the 25th of June 2020, during the midst of the Black Lives Matter protest, and just 1 month after George Floyd had lost his life, that vegan teacher would upload a 5.5-minute long song to her YouTube titled "I Can't Breathe." Now, you'd think that because of the timing of this video, she genuinely had something important to say. However, that couldn't be any more wrong when you realize the song is comparing animal agriculture to real human suffering, ending every sentence with "I can't breathe."
I am a pig thrown in this gas chamber, pleading for my freedom. I can't breathe.
It gets even more disturbing when you check what she wrote in the description. All lives matter to those who live them. Help everyone to keep breathing, not just the ones in your own personal group. If you are not vegan, then by default, you are for animal. If you are for animal, your voice does not matter. Your actions are already speaking so loudly that we cannot hear a word you are saying. If you choose to pay for the and of innocent sentient beings when there are other options, you should be behind bars. This video was a disaster. While the likes, dislikes and comments are all disabled, using an online tool we can see that with just over 1 million views, it managed to pull in a ludicrous 106,000 dislikes. It would be around this time too where people started making reaction content to her.
Today we're going to be watching at your request because she's very hated and I've not really seen much of her content. Her name is The Vegan Teacher.
But the videos were never positive and always criticizing what she was making.
This is what vegans hate. They hate women like this because they just come across as annoying. But these people, like her, like this vegan teacher, this is what vegans hate.
Even vegan.
so people that I know that are vegans, I can sit down and have a conversation with. Some things we can agree to disagree on. But this woman is hurting that whole community because of how she acts and how she lashes out.
Vegan supporters themselves were shocked. People criticized her for making light of serious issues while simultaneously accusing them of being evil. For a brief moment, it looked like she might step back, but she didn't. She doubled down. Reaction videos started skyrocketing. People stitched her content just to stare at the screen in disbelief, and it still went viral. Others tried debating her, only to get blocked instantly. In her eyes, outrage is still engagement, and within a year, she was sitting at over 1.7 million followers, built almost entirely on people hate watching. This is when she started escalating. Religion became a target. Entire belief systems became targets. Celebrities became targets. She started claiming that only vegans could enter heaven.
As a Christian, it boils my blood when she said, "You're not going to heaven if you're not vegan."
Like, what's wrong with her? Well, where do you think you're going if you pay your money for your whole life for people to thousands of animals, their heads off after they've been upside down, terrified, crying, begging for their lives? Where the hell do you think you're going? It ain't heaven, sweetie.
She performed what she called banana phone skits, pretending to talk to God.
Hello? Yes? God? It's God. Yes, the students are here. Oh, an important message? Okay. Okay, I have to tell them? Okay, fine, hold on. He says no more ice cream unless it's soy ice cream and what? Tofu ice cream? And, okay, cashew or some other nut ice cream.
She
That
began
doesn't sound
tagging
very
celebrities
appetizing, if I'm being
repeatedly.
honest.
Every single day, Gordon Ramsay was one of the first targets that she seriously wanted to call out. Gordon Ramsay should be in jail. Gordon Ramsay, who is this coward? Gordon Ramsay is a terrible chef. Gordon Ramsay pays for animals to be kidnapped. At one point, she even claimed that he's promoting the
This is what Gordon Ramsay continues to promote.
My son made
The
me
hope
some toast
never
to
ended
snap
for the
on.
animals. It was wrong to do that to the. It is wrong to treat any sentient beings as lesser than just because you consider them to be different. Gordon Ramsay is in fact a racist person because this is racism. Yeah, I've decided to give it a new definition. It doesn't just refer to humans. It now also refers to other species.
For a while, he ignored it. Then he didn't. Instead of getting angry or defensive, Gordon Ramsay replied with sarcasm. He duetted a video and ate a burger right in front of her face.
Share this song, and if you call me a donut, that's fine.
Vegan
As long as
donut.
you're vegan from now on.
This one response did more damage to her reputation than any serious criticism ever could. Comments flooded in from every influencer you can think of. James Charles, legend. Nick DiGiovanni, thank you for addressing this chef. She can be a real pain. Even his own daughter would jokingly comment, "Dad, I've turned vegan XO." And that managed to get over 20,000 likes. The video in itself pulled in over 60 million views, and because she was no longer being debated, she was now the laughing joke of practically the entire internet. At this point, most creators would have pulled back, apologized, and changed for the better. That vegan teacher did the opposite. She started going after bigger and bigger names, yelling at Mr. Beast for a video he did years ago.
You have one job while you're on this planet, Mr. Beast, and that is to make the world a better place and not on the backs of the animals. No matter how much money you give away, if you do it on the backs of the innocent animals who are basically acting as your slaves right now, you are perpetuating this cost that's going on.
And at one point, just after her death, she made videos directed at the Queen titled Queen Elizabeth, polite and kind, or cruel and cowardly, framing veganism as a moral requirement for leadership.
Don't be like the Queen of England, who ate dead animal after dead animal, went through her entire body, and then was shit out into the toilet. Thousands of them. Thousands of innocent animals treated that way by the Queen of England. Because of what? Because of stupidity?
Each time, the reaction was worse, and as a result, the dislikes continued growing. People weren't shocked at what she was saying anymore. They were exhausted. Her videos stopped spreading because people were curious and started spreading because people wanted to point and laugh. Then came the moment that ended whatever sympathy she had left. In one video, that vegan teacher claimed that cats should be wiped out because they eat meat.
But the truth is that cats have no place in our homes or in our lives at all.
Sorry, I have this
They
muted
have been
because I
bred-
don't like chewing in the mic. So you want to kill off one animal because it eats meat. That makes no sense. And besides that, leave cats alone. And why specifically cat? Like, there's lions. They eat meat. Dogs eat meat. If there is one thing that I want to say very triggering to this one, because I saw she has a post on her page about how Jesus loves her, and I just want to leave a comment saying Jesus ate meat. Just to stir that pot.
Bred into existence and kept with us as pets, but they should never have been. But the sad thing is that for every person who has a cat, they are paying people to all kinds of other innocent animals. And that's not right.
She argued that carnivorous animals were part of the problem, as cats rely on meat to survive. So if they aren't vegan themselves, then they shouldn't exist anymore.
If your cats are not vegan yet, what are you waiting for? If your cats are not vegan, you're paying for animal, and that's wrong.
Even people who agreed with veganism turned on her instantly. The irony was impossible to ignore. Someone claiming moral superiority while calling for animals to be eliminated completely shattered whatever message she thought she was spreading. The backlash was immediate. Soon after, TikTok took action. Her main account was fully terminated, wiping out thousands of her own videos, and the community couldn't be happier. Videos such as this one garnered over 3 million views.
Let's go! Whoa!
And to make things worse for that vegan teacher, the top comment read, "Let's go, steaks for everyone." She uploaded a response video to the banning of her account on YouTube, where she then attempted to throw the blame back onto the viewers, stating that they should feel guilty for eating meat, and that's why everyone is happy that she got terminated.
Many of you woke up this morning and found out that my account was banned on TikTok. And I know many of you are jumping for joy and thinking that this is a great victory. Why is that? Why does that bring you joy? I know why. Because you're feeling guilty. You know you shouldn't be eating animals. You know you shouldn't be paying to exploit them. And you cannot look in the mirror and see that in you. You're suffering from cognitive dissonance.
Where Relax said it best.
Did she not literally just describe herself? She thinks she's like a great person defending animals and doing all this stuff, and she's literally just a menace to society.
Somehow, she managed to sneak past TikTok's moderation and create a new account under the name Music by That Vegan Teacher. The account sits at 1.2 million followers and 6 million likes. However, when checking her social blade, it's obvious that the account isn't growing a single bit these days. And it's even more prominent when you see her recent posts are only receiving as little as 100 likes. Her YouTube isn't performing much greater either, as she can pull anywhere from 1 to 5,000 views on any normal video, but when it's her responding to anyone that still calls her out, that's the only time she manages to gain more. Clearly she is running out of ideas, as lately the content hasn't been too amazing, because realistically, who would want to watch? Imagine if all the boys you know were born in the bodies of baby chicks and this happened to them.
The back and forth between Gordon Ramsay and the vegan teacher was one of the funniest beefs in internet history, and it all began on the 20th of January 2021. Firstly, we need to set the stage for the two contenders within this conflict.
So, this is the rundown of what happened between her and Gordon Ramsay.
In the red corner, there was Gordon Ramsay, who not only holds the title of the world's most famous chef, but also ranks in third place amongst the world's richest chefs with a net worth of $220 million. His restaurants boast a total of 16 Michelin stars and are so iconic that in 2006, the Queen of England awarded Gordon Ramsay the highest excellence order of the British Empire for the positive impact he had made on the country's hospitality industry. His blunt confrontational branding is incredibly distinguished and recognizable, yet Gordon also has the ability to keep the content lighthearted and comedic whenever necessary, which works excellently on his TikTok page with over 33 million followers. The TikTok page rarely promotes anything serious, with his videos usually doing nothing more than laughing at the cooking done by other TikTokers.
What are you doing, flouring a filet mignon on your donut? Oh no, you're not covering a filet mignon with fruity pebbles. No. No, come on, dude. I'm gonna kick your butt. Take it out? Yeah, throw it in the trash. Oh. No. Look at it. It's white in the middle. It's overcooked.
That's disgusting.
Perfect medium rare. Spectre. What's that? Marshmallow.
Ew.
Gordon Ramsay is up there amongst the most respected celebrities of all time, whilst our other contender in the blue corner, that vegan teacher, is down there amongst the least respected celebrities of all time. She started her social media journey back in early 2020, and as mentioned in the previous video discussing Mr. Beast, her goal is to mischaracterize the most beloved influencers by framing them in any way possible as terrible anti-vegans who are trying to destroy the world by eating meat.
You're just so happy that Mr. Beast bought a whole store full of food and donated it to the poor, right? What did that include? Innocent chickens who were murdered. The whole thing is wrong. Nothing that he did in that equation was good.
Her achievements include being banned from TikTok numerous times, having an average channel dislike ratio of well over 50%, as well as owning the largest vegan documentary DVD collection in the Northern Hemisphere. Almost all of her growth has come from commentary channels talking about how terrible her takes are on topics relating to food.
Vegan teacher, I think you have this problem of just not really realizing that nobody is going to ever really care about your message that you're trying to deliver.
And from the get-go, it's obvious that the vegan teacher had absolutely no
I'll be right
authority
back,
in
y'all. I gotta
comparison to
pee.
Gordon Ramsay. However, with Gordon being one of the most distinguished chefs in the entire world, and the vegan teacher always looking for someone to call out, she began the conflict on TikTok with a video explaining to Gordon Ramsay that animals weren't food from her perspective.
So Gordon, one of the problems that I noticed that you have is you don't seem to understand the difference between food and animals. Food is something that you get out of the ground or you take it from a tree, and it's something that's very healthy for us to eat. Animals are alive. Chickens and cows, sheep, these things are not actually foods.
Now, to give the vegan teacher credit where credit is due, her argument here wasn't all that terrible. She presented it in a persuasive, logical, non-forceful way, using points that could be understood by anybody. The idea that if there's food on the trees and in the ground, then maybe it's best not to eat animals is a pretty appealing idea when you take it as a basic surface level argument. However, from this point onwards, it will become apparent that this was pretty much the only appealing logical argument she'd make, as her disdain for Gordon Ramsay seemed to grow and her attacks became increasingly dumber and dumber. This can be observed in the next video she'd upload on him, being a 27-minute long video, which began by describing Gordon Ramsay as the following.
Today we're going to talk about the devil. The devil's name is Gordon Ramsay. A devil is defined as a creature that does nothing but harm in the world.
The vegan teacher's justification for Gordon Ramsay being the devil was that he was paying to make himself look good on camera.
When you have a lot of money, you can pay people to film you in whatever light that you want and make your life seem like one giant trip to Disneyland.
Yet apparently Gordon wasn't only the devil, but was also a psychopath, as he was not able to empathize with the meat he was cooking.
He's a kind of psychopath who really cannot see into the eyes of an animal and see them as sentient beings. Maybe he truly is disconnected.
The stupid.
Okay, I can agree. Sometimes Gordon Ramsay becomes unhinged, but psychopath, maybe not.
stupidity of the video was instantly reflected in the comments, with the top 3 being Stan Gordon Ramsay, the king, the legend, the god. Gordon, don't listen to her. I love Gordon Ramsay's savage remarks and his food, as well as Gordon Ramsay is the best person ever since Jesus Christ himself. However, despite the backlash and support for Gordon, under the assumption that he would never respond, the vegan teacher doubled down on the criticism by uploading another video stating that Gordon Ramsay was a terrible father because he did the TikTok egg challenge with his daughter.
Why is Gordon Ramsay Such a terrible father. Why does he teach his children speciesism, which is the purest form of racism?
Which was accompanied by a Gordon Ramsay diss track titled "Why Are You a Vegan-Phobic Animal Bully?" However, while this diss track failed to grab the celebrity chef's attention, it would be with one song on TikTok shortly thereafter that the vegan teacher would finally be noticed by Gordon Ramsay.
Eating animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Hurting animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Share this song, and if you call me a donut, that's fine.
Vegan
As long as
donut.
you're vegan from now on.
The video captioned "Beef burgers were consumed while making this TikTok" showed Gordon Ramsay eating lettuce as if he was trying to appease the vegan teacher before spitting it out, calling her a vegan donut, and taking a bite out of a juicy beef burger. As the comments began to roll in, it was obvious that people loved Gordon's hilarious response. "My respect for Gordon Ramsay. Nice to meet you, you vegan donut. We've been waiting for this," whilst countless news articles were written about the event in favor of Gordon. The video response would go on to gain over 60 million views, which was more than the vegan teacher's total YouTube viewership combined. However, this was still only the beginning of the conflict. One thing that you have to respect the vegan teacher for is that her tolerance to criticism is on a whole different level. Most creators pretend that they don't care about criticism, but the vegan teacher seems to be one of the very few who legitimately couldn't care less about what people have to say about her. Despite being roasted by the entire world for a song about Gordon Ramsay, she'd brush it off as if it were nothing and upload another song as a response, in which she'd claim that Gordon Ramsay's TikTok was laughing at the trillions that had died, and that he was bullying the most innocent of animals just for fame. In addition to this, the vegan teacher would criticize Gordon's level of maturity.
His response was to eat an animal in front of me. Does that sound like the response of somebody who's in their 50s? A mature person?
Before going on to compare his TikTok response as similar to World War II.
Think back to World War II and what happened there. This man thinks it's okay for that to continue to sentient beings.
Which was concluded by the vegan teacher uploading another video in which she'd have a mental breakdown over the response.
And you just said it was okay to keep doing it! Into the shopping carts, like all of this. Oh, it's just terrible.
The vegan teacher snapping back at Gordon Ramsay gave enough substance for the commentary community to make their own videos on the drama, with uploads from Pancho, Jaden, and Bray all gaining pretty substantial view counts. The amount of exposure the beef was providing to Gordon Ramsay was observed in a forum post reading, "I think it's clever marketing. He made the obvious choice, siding against her. Short, easy to make a video employing a famous catchphrase of his, guaranteed to blow up and receive massive support. Now all of us, including me, are talking about the guy mostly in a positive light. He's built on his reputation of being rude, funny, honest, and relevant without generating too much personal controversy. He handled the matter incredibly well." While Gordon Ramsay was without a doubt the clear favorite within the conflict, it's not like the vegan teacher wasn't getting any benefit from it. In the month that Gordon responded via TikTok, the vegan teacher's YouTube viewership would increase from less than 200,000 views per month to well over 2.5 million views per month. And with the vegan teacher observing how much traffic this first response provided, she began to fish for another by uploading more videos critical of Gordon Ramsay. She'd claim that Gordon Ramsay should be in jail while sporting some fresh new "Gordon Ramsay is an animal abuser" merch, which was followed by another video in which the vegan teacher would try and make Gordon lose one of his sponsors.
Hello, Silk Milk. Apparently you're paying money to Gordon Ramsay to promote your product? How crazy is that? Don't be doing that. He doesn't care about your milk. He's not even vegan. Why would you want him to promote this wonderful product that I drink myself every day?
Now I'm sure Gordon Ramsay could have yet again annihilated the vegan teacher by mocking her outlook on life in another TikTok, yet his next response was actually a little more elegant and wholesome. As a result of his first response to the vegan teacher, countless farmers created their own TikToks thanking Gordon Ramsay for sticking up for the meat industry, stating that people similar to the vegan teacher had interrupted their daily life and even sent them death threats as a result of being farmers. Gordon would take a bunch of these clips before compiling and uploading them as a compilation video with a caption reading, "Always standing behind farmers, grateful for the work they do and passion they have on a daily basis, hashtag every chef needs a farmer." This video would once again go viral, amassing 30 million views, with almost every single comment stating something positive, yet this only seemed to give the vegan teacher another opportunity to respond. She'd upload a new video titled "Gordon Ramsay, Stop Encouraging People to Steal," in which she addressed the second response.
In this video that 19.5 million people saw, these are some farmers who are saying thank you to Gordon Ramsay. the gentleman at the beginning, he is saying thank you to Gordon Ramsay because he's saying, you know, we really appreciate that you are giving us the green light to keep hurting these innocent cows.
Before stating that she had started to address each of the farmers individually.
I took 2 of these farmers and I made videos dedicated towards them. I didn't have time yet to do all of them.
At this point, Gordon Ramsay likely realized that giving the vegan teacher any extra attention was a lost cause, as there would be no more responses from his end. Yet, the damage had already been done. It was stated by the vegan teacher in a YouTube video that her only goal was to get the world's attention.
On TikTok, I do whatever I can to get the world's attention. You gotta do a song and a dance and be crazy and do whatever it takes to get people's attention. And then when the attention is there, then you maybe have the chance to get them a little tiny bit interested in what you're saying of that's of substance.
And this is exactly what she managed to do. The vegan teacher achieved a certain level of notoriety and became widely talked about, largely due to a video mentioning Ramsay. Gordon got 90 million views out of it, the vegan teacher got an online career out of it, so maybe it was simply a win-win for both individuals.
She's definitely interesting. No, I must put it on here twice. I did not know she still does lives.
Hear you respond.
I'm sorry, the internet cut out.
All right. Okay, well, thanks a lot for telling me that you're going to be vegan. How old are you?
I am 19 years old.
All right, cool. And which time zone are you in?
Eastern time.
All right. I'm in Italy here. It's 2:30 in the morning. What time is it where you are?
Ooh, it's 9:30 for me.
Ah, okay. All right. So, anything else you want
I
to
did
tell
not know that
people
she still did lives
about
and
being
stuff.
vegan? Why you made the decision? Did you watch anything in particular that helped you make the decision? Any kind of a documentary or something like that?
Yeah, I watched Dominion.
Okay.
And I've watched many of your videos, and I have quite a few friends who are also vegan who talked to me and influenced me to go down that path. And I suggest for everyone here to also be vegan as well, because we have to help the animals and be kind.
Right. Aw, thank you. I'm very glad that you watched Dominion. What was your experience watching Dominion? Were you traumatized or? Looks like kale. Could be romaine lettuce, and we've got all kinds of other food there. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and for being vegan. All right. Oh, another super chat here somewhere from New Zealand. This person is Horia_vegan. Always. This person writes, leave other animals in peace, not pieces. Ooh, good one. I like the way you said that. Leave other animals in peace.
I will say, watching some of her lives, it seems like she's more like the stuck-up librarian anymore.
Other animals in peace, not pieces. I should take a note, but I don't want to take forever to write it down. Remind me next time. Let's take a screenshot. All right, and what else do you write? Please don't be a hypocrite by forcing other animals to die for you. Thank you, Huria, and thank you for reminding everybody that they are animals too. We are animals. I'm a mammal. You guys are all animals too. So it's not an insult to call somebody an animal. Kind of a compliment. Right? Some of the animals on this planet are beautiful and wonderful. Some of them eat animals, and that's not too great. But, you know, that's not their fault. Lions have to eat other animals because they're obligate carnivores. It's sad, though. It's sad to think about it. Animals in the wild suffer terribly. And this is something that we as vegans think about. You know, of course it starts with us being vegan. But then we wonder, should we intervene in nature? Once we do that, though, we know we're going to screw it all up.
The answer is no.
Now, I made a video about extinction. Do you guys think that we should try and aim to be extinct as a species, considering how much harm we do to this planet?
See?
Not saying
Extreme.
we should be going around and offing people, but do you think that us fading ourselves out as a species is a good idea? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Put a super chat in if you think it's a good idea. And over here on TikTok, we're going to read another card. At the top of the list, we have W. Linder here.
thank you guys for the little roses you put on the screen and the little tiny tofu. And I saw someone before just put a little mini ice cream cone, which I know is vegan. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the live stream. Are you a vegan phobic person or a vegan fantastic person?
I'm a vegan fantastic.
All right, great. Can you tell me what you know about veganism so far?
Stop.
Well, I actually just started. So I feel really bad for what I did. My dad.
I feel like she's talking to
killed
kids.
the deer, and I feel
Is
sorry for him. And
the
I
bad
decided
thing.
to go vegan because I realized
You
it was
cannot
wrong.
tell me that's an adult.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So I've realized.
I'm not gonna watch
that
this whole thing because she honestly creeps me out.
Okay, let's go over here to the next person. Oh, hold on a second. Let's read the next card together before we do that, okay? So if you are
Let's.
new,
Yeah, she just. But for true crime, I got this up. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you put her in the dumpster. That was married. No, but okay. Oh, then she's buried 10 feet deep in garbage now. We'll find her. It's just married. I know. So just as here.
This is 74-year-old Philip Snyder, and he has absolutely no idea that he is being recorded. After
You're
his
gonna
doting
speed this
wife
up a
of
little bit, though.
54 years vanished without a trace, the police found themselves at a dead end. But that changes when they send an undercover detective to the tranquil city of Hartville, Ohio. By random chance, the detectives will uncover much more than they could have ever imagined.
Go watch my spell. You'll be able to spell it. I'm gonna leave like that.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Someone's in there.
Don't get friendly with him. Oh, really? Was that guy there? He's the one with live snitching. Somebody was telling me about that. Yes. Yeah. They can't find the body, so they can't charge him. Do you think he did it? He said he did, and he's not well in there.
Hartville, Ohio is the exact kind of town where you would expect an elderly couple to spend the sunset years of their lives together. Roberta Lee Heisler, or Bobby as she was effectively known, loved living in the town. She spoke often to her sons and spent the majority of her time crafting, which was her greatest passion in life. Her husband, Phil, was a retired construction worker who spent his lazy early mornings at the town's fast food restaurants, sharing coffee with the locals. Little did he know, it would be there over a steaming cup of coffee that he would slip up and reveal to police what became of his wife. On January 4th, 2018, Phil and his wife began a long, happy journey together to visit Graceland, the former home and final resting place of Elvis. Bobby, a lifelong fan of Elvis, wanted to go on one last trip before she died. She had been struggling with health issues for several years, and in the last few months of her life, her symptoms had become hard to manage. Phil was praised by the whole family for being such a supportive husband and helping his wife fulfill her wish. That is, until he returned without her. It didn't take long for the rest of Roberta's family to become concerned, specifically her sister. After calling Phil and being told nonchalantly that Bobby passed away when they were in Tennessee, Bobby's sister called the police to file a missing person report. When Phil and Bobby's son Kenny heard the news, he became concerned and demanded answers. Just as the Snyder family wanted to know the truth behind Bobby's disappearance,
not having any emotion
My
is
Heritage
not a
offers
good
families
sign.
today the opportunity to uncover and celebrate their history. Let me introduce you to My Heritage, today's video sponsor. With My Heritage, you can easily build your family tree and uncover your origins without needing a DNA test. As long as you know your parents' names, My Heritage takes care of the rest. Law enforcement is odd.
There we go.
Hey, Phil. Are you Phil? Yeah. Do you mind if I step in for a second? Sure, go on. How you doing? Doing good. Good. Hey, we had some calls from family members, and they just wanted us to come out and check to make sure you're okay on you and your wife. You guys okay?
I'm okay, yes.
Okay.
My wife passed away.
Yeah, when did that happen?
The 6th.
The 6th of January?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd that happen?
We went down to Memphis to see Elvis down there. And what family members asked you to check?
Brian did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just wanted us to check and make sure that you're okay. And so what happened?
She had.
When did you guys go down?
Well, we left the 5th.
January 5th?
Actually, the 4th. Late on the 4th and 5th. Got down there the 6th, and she choked on her phlegm. She'd been choking for quite a year.
Okay.
And
she wanted to go down one more time before she died. I think she knew she was going to die.
Okay.
He claimed that he waved down an ambulance that was in the parking lot of a business next door, but the paramedics told him that it was too late. His beloved wife of half a century was dead. There were already several things not adding up for law enforcement, but what Phil said next was truly unbelievable.
So when they transported, did you speak with the coroner? Or?
No.
No? Well, so what happened? So where's your wife now? What happened to her?
They took her to a place where they cremate people.
Okay, and you don't know where that is either?
No. They said I didn't need to stay. If I wanted to, I could just go ahead and go home.
Okay. So what are they going to do with the cremation?
You are
She
turning
didn't
me.
want no ashes kept back.
Okay.
We talked about this, several times.
Several times?
Not several, but in the last 6 months we've talked about this. She would say, if I die, no, I don't want to be sitting on someone's shelf. So, no ashes.
And so when this all happened, the ambulance transported to the hospital.
Wherever to.
So you don't know the ambulance or the hospital or anything?
No.
Not only does Phil claim that he doesn't remember what ambulance took his wife, he also claims that he has no idea where she was cremated. Police weren't just seeing red flags, they were drowning in them. 2 days later, law
How do you
enforcement
not know where
returned to
your
Phil's
wife's
house to
body
search
is?
it for evidence, and also to get more insight from Phil on where all these supposed events took place. They painstakingly searched the house room by room to find evidence, and asked Phil some questions along the way.
It's one thing to go on a trip with your sick wife. It's another to not come back with her and not know where she is. Like her, you know that she passed away, but
Are you a churchgoer?
Every Sunday night.
Do you have a priest as well as a doctor or a minister, a pastor? Do you pray? Well, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to pray for your wife. Pray for her soul. Pray that we find her body so that she can, if she wanted to be cremated, we can make sure that she gets the proper burial that she deserves. Because, sir, I'm afraid that she's somewhere out there, and they're calling her Jane Doe right now. That's honestly what I think is going on. And if that's the reality of it, she deserves better, you deserve better, your kids deserve better, her friends deserve better, everybody in her life deserves better. We need all the help we can get.
I'll give it to you.
So, just
is that picture good enough?
yes. Well, it's the best we can do right now.
Upstairs, the officer addresses for the first time that things aren't adding up. Phil's
It
nonchalant
didn't add up
attitude
way
when
before
police
that.
try to highlight how ridiculous his story is certainly notable. But it's the lack of death certificate that's really concerning officers.
Who took her and where did she go? Do you know that there's going to be some people that
You
may
saying
think
hi.
you did something to her? But I'm just asking you, do you know that there are some people that may think that?
I didn't do it.
Okay. And you didn't leave her somewhere else?
No.
Because that's what people will think. You know, I'm already getting phone calls from the news channels. This is going to be a big story. I want you to be aware of that. And it gets bigger when police don't have any answers.
I can't help them.
Okay.
I can't help you.
Okay, and I appreciate that. You know?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, and you know for absolute certainty that somebody else took her out of your truck on Elvis Presley Boulevard, and they took her somewhere.
They said she was dead.
Okay, and they took her somewhere.
Whether they took her to I don't think they would take her to a crematorium.
Bunny ears.
You gotta have a death certificate.
Right, somebody has to pronounce a person dead. And if you're a person who is in the state and you live in another state, the hospital can't just do that. A doctor can't do that. It has to be a medical examiner or a coroner. That's what the law is. So somebody official has to do that, and we've contacted all the official people, and they say, we never heard of Roberta Snyder. We don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Things look even worse for Phil when police uncover footage of him stopping at a gas station on his way out of Ohio without Bobby in the car beside him. Driven by this new evidence, law enforcement speaks to Phil again on the 14th of January. After an hour of questioning, Phil breaks down and tells law enforcement an entirely different story.
That's the reason that you didn't see her on the videos. Because she was already dead. She was dead on the way out. Oh my goodness. She was, when I wanted to get her to Graceland, So I did. She was dead on the way down. But I didn't harm her. I did not harm her. I wanted to make it so that she could be there.
I think we made a little bit of headway. I'm glad that you are acknowledging that part of which that I have video for. But I'm just disappointed that you're not completing the story. Because I know if she was here, she would be telling you, Phil.
Oh no, we're only doing one at a time.
And she was so cold in the truck. And it was very, very cold that morning. She was dead on the way down.
Okay.
She was alive when we left here. She died on the way down.
Okay. So what happened to her after she died?
Armed with this new admission, the officer reminds Phil that his story where the coroner picked up Bobby's body is highly unlikely. Quickly, Phil offers an alternate story.
What did you do? What did you do? I didn't do nothing to her. See, the Kentucky River or the Tennessee River was on the way home. I was just barely able to lift her up and throw her over the edge. And I put her in the river. And the current took it away, took it over.
So why did you throw her in the river?
I didn't want her to be thinking. I wanted her to be with nature. And I wanted her to be safe with nature. And I figured if she went downstream, no one would ever be able to find her.
Wait, your turn.
You want to take me to jail?
I won't take you to jail. But I want to find you one.
Soon after this interview, law enforcement began to search the river where Phil indicates that he dumped Bobby's body. In the meantime, the Hartville Police Department have a search of their own to do. They bring cadaver dogs to Phil's house and his truck. What they recover there is enough to ensure them that they're on the right track. And it's about to become more twisted than ever.
You like something here. Now, it could be that pad that... You got me on tape? Sustan. You got me on tape? Yep. Sustan, Nim.
That's a cadaver dog.
Nim. I mean, we'll tell them. I smell it. Alright, so we got this area here. It could be something, it could be this, it could be this. I mean,
this could have been in the truck when, yeah.
Watch my smell. You'll be able to smell it. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Oh yeah, I can smell something.
Something's in there. Or Sukin. Sukin. Alright, so something's... Alright, we're gonna leave it in. I don't want you to touch anymore. Susan. But I just don't know if it's that, or if it's... You smell that? You smell it? You get a whiff?
Yeah, I can do it.
More. You got gloves? Yeah, go ahead and just move it if you want. Just pull it if you want it. Now here's more Christmas. He's not interested in any other Christmas stuff. He's interested. Did you smell that? Yeah.
It does smell like something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Inside the tote, law enforcement uncovered what appeared to be blood, the cut-up front of a sweatshirt, and plastic bags with what seemed to be blood spatter on them. All of the items were submitted to the Bureau of Criminal Investigations labs for testing, and the results were exactly what police expected. All of the items tested positive for human blood. Armed with the irrefutable proof that blood was in the tote in the basement, police knew that they had the upper hand in questioning Phil. But questioning couldn't happen right away. Soon after the tote was found, Phil attempted to take his own life. He left a note for his son, which read, "Dear Kenny, I did not harm your mom. Your dad." After allowing him time to recover, the police confronted him at the hospital. Once more, Phil's story started to change.
So, here's the situation.
Oof.
One of us is going to tell your story. If I tell your story, it's not going to be as well received as if you tell your story. Not only that, but Kenny, Brian, and Deborah all deserve to know the truth. Okay? And you are not being truthful. I mean,
she didn't die. She didn't die at home. She died in the rocks.
Well, you know how far from your home Worcester is?
No.
Not very. So, you're telling me that she got into the truck in the garage, and somewhere between your home and Worcester, she died and you threw her back in the truck?
No.
Dogs are playing.
Faced with hard evidence that refutes his story, Phil struggles to come up with a reasonable explanation. The detective tries to guilt Phil into telling the truth by bringing up his family. When that doesn't work, he has no option but to drop a bomb on Phil.
When you threw her in the river, what was she wearing?
She had blue sweats and blue shirt.
Okay.
And I had put her in black plastic. And I didn't throw her. I laid her.
Girls.
I didn't throw her. I laid her. And I heard the splash.
You're causing issues. You're causing issues. No, you're not getting up here. You're too big. You're too big.
What was this at?
Sorry, guys.
So why'd you come?
I didn't. Where's that at?
In your basement.
No, that's something she's done. I didn't do that.
It was in that red bin under that table. And here's the thing about DNA and about human decomposition. Now remember, all of the stuff that we have is up at the Bureau of Criminal Investigation Crime Lab at Richfield, Ohio.
I didn't cut her off the shirt. No.
No. Then who did?
I didn't.
Then who did?
I don't know that anybody did.
Well, here's the thing about human decomposition. The human body decomposes in stages. You know, so if I'm dead a day, there's a difference in my physiology than if I'm dead for 3 days, or 5 or 7, or if I'm dead for a month, or if something's been somewhere decomposing for a year. It's all different. And the scientific information is indisputable. So we know that shirt came off of her dead body.
I didn't cut her shirt.
Then how did her shirt come off?
I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't know.
How'd it end up in your tote?
I don't know.
Here's the sad thing. Like I said in the beginning, somebody's going to tell your story. Here's what my plan is pretty simple. I'm going to go to the grand jury, and I'm going to explain to them that your wife is dead. We found her decomposing tissue in your basement. We have pictures of your truck in Worcester, Ohio, without her in it, although you say she is. But that lie is on top of all these other lies. I'm just going to explain this. We're going to explain this to the grand jury. Here's the thing that really bothers me most. If you are innocent, you want the truth. The whole truth.
Say after this, I'm probably gonna go ahead and get off stream for tonight. Just leave it be a short stream.
So I'm going to have to go and tell the grand jury what I think happened, so we can know exactly.
My dogs are rowdy.
Where's Marcus? I told you before.
And I'm cold.
I will drive you. We will go and get her.
Boop,
Don't let
boop,
the final
boop.
chapter
No.
of this story be written by law enforcement. Explain to them why you panicked, what you did, how you did it, where you did it, and let us all move on.
I don't want to continue this. I don't want to continue this. And I got a question.
Sure.
Kenny wants to sell.
Juno.
Well, he's got your power of attorney. He can do it.
Phil's immediate choice to shut down and say he doesn't want to continue the interview is likely so that he has time alone to come up with yet another story for detectives. However, Phil hasn't verbally requested a lawyer, so he will be questioned until he does so.
Ah, big girl.
Did she die at home? You took her to Memphis anyway. I mean, I understand that if that's what you did. I know she wasn't riding in your truck. We got indisputable evidence that she was not in the truck. At least not in the front. Okay, so she was in the back. What difference does it make if she was in the back? I was in Cincinnati, or she was in the back when you left your garage. What difference does it make? Other than it's true.
Half Kenny. Please. They think she died at home. I took her to she wanted to go one more time.
I asked you this last night.
Sorry for dog noises in the background.
Tell us about.
They're all playing.
Ask for Kitty again.
Well, except for Mama.
We just made a nice will right here, but I'm still telling you, you gotta explain the whole thing.
She coughed.
How'd you know?
Large
Yeah.
amount. She passed away. And the tongue was swollen.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey,
I don't know.
quit it. Hang on, they're gonna bark.
I don't know.
Phil,
I don't know.
I know this. You didn't cut a shirt off at home. I know that. So, at what point?
Well, if it was,
Because you brought it back. And Phil, you asked for Kenny to be here. There's blood in that tub, and we swapped it. In fact, we took Kenny's DNA, and we took her sister's DNA because we don't have any DNA of your wife's.
I can give you her DNA.
Well, but I
Swear they're just about the same as having all puppies.
I can't just say, okay, listen.
People who are guilty of committing a crime will try to appear helpful to decrease suspicion on them. In this case, Phil offering to get law enforcement DNA of his wife is likely an attempt to look innocent. But as he recounts the full story in front of his son, he couldn't possibly look more guilty.
She coughed up a big chunk of food.
When?
At home.
When?
Did it happen on Wednesday night or did it happen Thursday morning?
I think Thursday morning.
I'll point out, if your son
But I'm not, I don't know for sure. It's been
is skeptical about you killing his mom,
anyway.
it's not good either.
But I don't remember cutting the shirt.
How did you get her out of the house?
Because
I carried her out.
you can't tell me that this face is convinced. It's not at all.
Out of the house.
Over your shoulder? Drag her?
No.
No. Was she wrapped in plastic?
Yes.
So this 2 garbage bag story?
It was at home. It was at.
The story
I
keeps
didn't
changing.
want to urinate all over everything, if there was any. Because I heard that if a person dies, they'll start to urinate. And I didn't want that to happen, so I put the bag on around her body.
You didn't use the plastic that you were laying on? That same kind of plastic?
No.
So you expect us to believe that your wife is dead. In other words, she can't help you move her. And you put a garbage bag around her bottom and carried her out to your car.
Up to the back of the truck.
Up to the truck.
She lost weight. She didn't weigh as much as that.
Let's leave her out. So, she died at home. Yes. She's wearing her blue sweatshirt because you didn't cut it off in the house. At some point on this trip, you bagged several things, and you cut off the shirt. And there's blood in the tub. So how did that happen?
I don't know.
I haven't counted, but I bet I got more than 20, probably not 50, but more than 20 lies. And you lied to him in the beginning. You lied to Brian. You lied to every family. You called every single one of them and told them a different version of the story. And you know what that tells a person that's been a policeman all his life? You're guilty of something.
I'm not. I didn't kill my wife.
And nobody's accused you of killing your wife.
I didn't.
That's the first time that word has even come out in this entire conversation.
No, you said that you killed your wife.
I didn't. I never asked you that. I've never asked you that. I've asked you what happened.
I didn't harm my wife.
Well, you said that a bunch of times. You said that in a note, didn't you? Did you leave a note for Kenny?
Excuse you, ma'am.
Why?
Hello.
I wanted him to know I didn't harm his mom.
But honestly, do you think he knows?
Are you trying to hear about crazy grandpa too?
How does anybody know anything if you are still being
No.
accepted?
Phil trying to convince law enforcement that he
You
didn't
don't
kill
eat
his wife,
kisses.
even when they haven't accused him of doing so, is a major slip-up. It tells investigators what he is fearing the most, and that they're on the right track with the next thing they reveal to him.
We had Jet, who is a cadaver dog, go all through your truck. Okay. Jet said when a dead body was handed in. And Jet spots this. That's what he does. He's been trained to know, just like a dope dog or a dog searches for missing people. This dog is trained to know the smell of death. When it got to your red tote in the basement, it locked on that like it was something of tremendous value, and it probably was to the dog. But in your truck, it didn't care about it. Where you were laying in your basement on the plastic and that pad, it walked right over that like it was nothing. It smells dead. And
Doesn't look good.
Like your wife is in the back of your truck. She's
No.
only got 2 garbage bags protecting her.
That's
and
enough.
You're driving.
You're done.
She's in the back of your truck.
No.
She's moving around, jostling around. While she's back there, which was only, and she's passed away, so the normal protections that the body has aren't there. That's only going to expedite body materials. And the dog says, I don't see anything in there. Now, you did say you washed your truck with
Girls.
Why'd you wash your truck?
Quit.
Okay, but you have windshield wipers, right?
It was salt all over everything.
Well, what did you use to clean the floor on your side of the truck?
On my side of the truck, I didn't clean the floor. So.
We just so you know, we have your floor mats, and we did all kinds of swabs. When we were searching your truck, we used a luminol process, which looks for DNA, and it lights up as it reacts to DNA. And the floor of your truck looked like a constellation. It was so bright.
Finding blood on the driver's side of Phil's truck leads law enforcement to believe that the most likely story is that Phil killed his wife and then got into the car with blood on his clothing to dispose of the body. Unfortunately, convincing Phil to admit that isn't going to be easy.
I've had enough. Do you agree I've had enough? That's okay. Doctor said, when I've had enough, stop the conversation. At least my psychiatrist.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore. I gotta stop it right now. And we can maybe continue it some other time. But right now, my heart, my chest, my heart is thumping.
With evidence of foul play, but no body, law enforcement found themselves at a standstill. They needed Phil to crack. And, fortunately, they had someone in their department who was the perfect woman for the job. Retired undercover agent Joan Bauer.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's cold here. 70 yesterday. It's like 32 right now.
Yeah. What did that do to you? Did it, like, knock you out? Put you to sleep?
I put back in my pictures and laid down.
Holy shit. Walk like I don't care what happened to her. I'm glad you didn't.
And then my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law came in and called 911. And next thing I knew, I was at all the nurse.
Good thing.
So
But how did an undercover agent get close enough to Phil for him to be this vulnerable with her? It all began in the beginning of March, when Joan took on a new identity as Missy, a down-on-her-luck divorcee caring for her sick mother. She watched Phil for a week before becoming a familiar face at his usual breakfast spots, the local fast food establishments in town.
Hi. How are you? Yeah, last week. Yeah. Huh? Different restaurant. Yeah, I can't go to the same one every day.
Soon, Joan becomes a fixture at the local Burger King, where a group of seniors gather to share coffee every morning. She's quickly introduced to Fran, who has an ominous warning for Joan only moments after Phil helps them get acquainted.
She said you could sit with her.
No, really, you can sit with me. No, please do.
We have assigned seats here.
You do, don't you? There wasn't a tag on mine when I got here. I'm new to the group. I needed a tag. Hi, I'm Missy. I'm Fran. It's nice to meet you. You smell good.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I can't even smell it.
What you smell?
Oscar.
Is it? Oh, it smells good.
When Phil gets up to get himself some coffee, Fran sees an opportunity to give Joan a little advice.
You get warm.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
Don't get friendly with him.
Oh, really? Was that guy there?
He's the one that likes me.
Somebody was telling me about that.
Yeah. They can't find the body, so they can't charge him.
Do you think he did it?
He said he did, and then he's not well in the head.
Joan continues to spend her mornings with Phil, Fran, and the extended group. Gradually, Joan's relationship with Phil begins to strengthen through small, everyday interactions, until they are eventually joining each other for walks in the park. On the walks, Joan gives Phil more details about her life. She expresses disdain for her mother, who is unable to take care of her and treats her cruelly. Now, this story has been completely fabricated in an attempt to show Phil she understands the frustration of taking care of another person.
Maybe they'll calm down
in high
now.
hopes that, over time, it'll help Phil trust and connect with Joan. Throughout
I
April,
spoke too soon.
Joan meets with Phil nearly
Girls.
every day for either breakfast or lunch. They text almost every day, and Joan even gets Phil a treat for his birthday at a local donut shop. Soon, it isn't just Joan that is talking about the struggles of life, even if they're made up. Phil rapidly opens up to her. And when she suggests that she wishes she could get rid of her own mother, Phil invites her to meet him at Wendy's instead of their usual spot. Phil's son not coming around to see his side of things has started to concern him, and it has him thinking about what problems may lay ahead. Fortunately, Joan has all the right answers for him.
Concerned about it. To say they indict me.
Yeah.
Oh.
They told my doctor, Dr. Rich was my psychologist when I was in the hospital.
That's not who you're seeing now.
No.
No.
He said the chief of police in Hartville said they didn't have enough to indict me. So I don't know what my son Kenny's trying to do. Keep him stirred up. I don't know.
Well, but they can't. I mean, the thing is, you can't get things stirred up if they're, you know.
But what I'm concerned about, I don't want a police car coming to your mom's house.
Oh, yeah.
And since you and I text each other,
you think they?
Well, say they take a confiscate my phone.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, who is Melissa Sherpa?
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, but they can grill me all day. I told you. I'm tight-lipped.
So I told this lady, I said, all she can tell them is that
I wouldn't tell them anything.
My wife passed away.
I wouldn't tell them anything. I'd just say I talk to you sometimes at Hartville. I go to Hartville, drink coffee. I wouldn't even tell them that. That's the thing, like at Burger King, they don't know what you tell. People don't know what you tell me. Like at Burger King, like Fran, like all I know is that she goes and works out. People don't tell me anything. So if somebody were to come talk to me and say, what did he tell you? I would go, we talk about the weather and it's snowing and coffee, and every now and then he goes, how's your mom doing? Yeah. I mean, so, trust me, I'm one tight-lipped. Yeah, I'm not worried about that one bit. Not one bit. And I told you before, I've been challenged that way with my girlfriend.
Have you?
About 25 years ago, yeah.
With the police?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And you didn't tell them nothing?
Of course I didn't tell him anything. Why would I tell him anything? She's my friend. I don't want to see her in jail.
The interest Phil has in Joan lying for her friend is evidenced by the upward inflection in his voice when he says, have you? Joan telling Phil that she has had experience with law enforcement in the past has the potential to be a great comfort for him, and a character trait that may make Phil more secure, bringing her closer to the truth of what happened to his wife.
I feel bad. He probably thinks I'm like all kinds of gizzard, like every gizzard. He probably thinks I'm all kinds of crazy.
No.
Okay, because I just...
No, I don't.
That's just sort of how I roll. That's why... And I didn't mean it mean when I go, oh, I think you did it. I just think you did it because I think we're a lot alike, and I know that I would do it. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Because it's interesting. Because I would do it. I am. But if you need someone to, I mean, you don't ever have to tell me, but if you need somebody to go, which was how it was with my girlfriend. And she, every now and then, not very often, her and I would meet, and she would like, hey, I gotta talk about, and she would get it off her chest because she trusts me. And, I could be that person for you. I want you to know that.
By Joan saying that she would kill Bobby if she was in Phil's position, she's offering Phil an understanding perspective that likely serves as a major relief for him. Immediately following this up by saying she's happy to be there for Phil if he needs it, gives him a place to put that relief and share his burden. Fortunately, thanks to her great police work, Phil does just that.
Come on, tell me.
Sorry.
Tell you what?
I forgot to switch it back.
I can't tell you anything else.
I thought you were going to tell me. I was like, I'm thinking, because I'm thinking, how would I do it? What would I do? And I think we're a lot alike. I think we think alike. So I'm thinking, so I was thinking about it last night. I actually fell asleep thinking about it, and I was thinking about it last night. I even dreamt about it, because it was like, how would I? And I don't think I'd ever in the truck that long.
That's one thing people don't realize.
They're not 0 to 10 degrees.
Detectives
Yeah. But like, what if you got pulled over or something?
and cops can lie to try to get you to confess.
Yeah.
I was in shock.
Right, I get that. I mean,
Which, it comes in handy and stuff like this, but like,
however, though, you're very smart.
they do it for smaller
You're
stuff
very,
too.
Very, very smart. That's what, and you fooled him. That's why he told you that. That's why your son heard that, because he fooled them. Look, they don't have anything, which is intriguing. I get it. When you said she got mean, and I think she got mean, and you just snapped. And I'm not sure how you did it, but I'm intrigued about that. I think you just snapped, and I think you're very smart.
I think you're very, very smart. And you're like, okay, this is how I can, and you got away with it. Like, that is what's cool.
By repeatedly calling Phil smart, she's flattering him to put him more at ease. The smile that can be seen crossing Phil's face is a clear indication that it's working. Joan plays the part of a mentee seeking out information and looking up to Phil, who has done something that she considers cool. By downplaying his actions and reminding him that he's not evil or like quote-unquote real murderers, Joan is creating a safe space for Phil to explain the true nature of his actions. And slowly it begins to work.
I mean, I don't know how much effort
Oh,
it takes
that's
to
a
do
no.
that. It doesn't.
2 minutes. 2 minutes can get kind of long.
I was gonna say, is it like we should be fighting
Maybe.
and yelling?
No, still not. It's kind of face down in the top.
I could totally do it.
It can actually take anywhere between 3 minutes to 10 minutes for someone to die from being smothered with a pillow. That is, if they aren't fighting. Joan brushing off this fact with nonchalance, and the almost excitable assertion that quote-unquote she could do it, is something that would make most people sick to their stomach. But to Phil, it makes him feel understood.
Well, did you do it well enough so they're not gonna find something? That's what I'm trying to help you with. You know what I mean? Because you know I get you. So did you do it well enough that they're not going to find something, or are you worried they're going to find something? Are you sure? Are you? No, I mean, are you? I mean, did you do it well enough? Just maybe. See, that's why you're probably stressing, because it's a maybe. Because if it were a yes, there's no way they're going to find it. Then you would probably be, a lot more comfortable.
There's no way I can
Right.
There's no way I can
That quote-unquote maybe is a thread that Joan begins to pull. If she can either soothe or heighten Phil's anxiety, she can use either of those to her advantage in order to get him to open up even more.
I could give you a scenario.
Yes, give me a scenario. Right, and that's just, I'm ready.
Don't forget about the 10 scenario.
Okay.
I can give you a scenario.
Okay.
I asked a guy who picks up dumpsters behind like wings.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that trash?
Yeah.
He said, take it to the dump. I said, what do you do with the neighborhood trash? He said, I take it to this sort of.
You mean like the neighborhood trash you put up by the road? Yeah.
Yeah, never.
I'm not real smart. So, you put her in the dumpster.
Yeah, sure. That's a scenario.
I know, but okay. Oh, and she's buried 10 feet deep in garbage now. We can find her. In package. There's no way.
Just a scenario.
I know. So just a scenario.
Now, while Phil may think that referring to these events in the hypothetical means they can't be used against him, that is far, far from the truth. Regardless, he'll continue to use that strategy.
How long did it take for a body to decompose? Does it really take that long?
No, that's enough.
But what about if you were in garbage? I would think that would speed it up.
You sneaky butt.
No, come on. You love to tease with me, don't you? Okay. Let's talk about the movie. We're just a scenario. It's just a scenario. Yes. Okay. What kind of dump? Did they say what kind of dump? Is that the big ones go to?
Looks huge.
It is. Like, how many people put it? Like, like it's a big one, or is it like a? Okay. Do they dump this? Like, you don't know? Do you know anything about the dump?
What's that truck here? 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
The truck he picks up here from Williams.
Yeah.
Burger King, and over here at the who's that gas station?
Yeah.
That dumpster over there.
Yeah.
That it goes in.
Compact. Right. Wow.
And he takes it to the dump and he pushes it out.
Okay. And then pushes it out, and then they push out on top of it, or do they push out around it?
And then there's a big truck that dumps dirt
over top.
And there's pipes that come up to vent the methane.
So that it'll like disintegrate. Right. This is just this thing. Yes. So what did
And now they're gonna get cameras and everything else.
So it's been scenario one. It's been 3 months. So 3 months of, although it's been cold, not hot. It'll help when it's hot. Don't you think?
I don't know.
Right. I know. So now you got me intrigued.
Unfortunately, Joan's hidden camera ran out of battery just as the conversation was beginning to reach a crescendo. Fortunately, law enforcement is required to carry an audio recorder in case of camera failure. And what her audio recorder caught would change things forever.
Okay, I got another bizarre idea.
I like bizarre ideas.
Okay. And the reason I say over here is because anybody over here.
Okay. It's that bizarre. I love that bizarre.
Jesus. I was in the government review.
Okay.
I put my wife on as my beneficiary.
For life insurance.
For half of my pension.
Okay.
It'll be close to $900 a month.
Ooh.
If I die,
Yeah.
please, no one gets nothing. Okay.
Right.
They don't even know that my wife because there's no death certificate.
Ow. No.
Okay. Fine.
It's enough.
Say there's a marriage of convenience.
Then somebody gets.
$900 a month.
Interesting. Bizarre.
It's just an idea.
That is an idea. Bizarre, but you know I like bizarre. Hard to think about that
You
one.
don't even need to get frisky with me.
Good, because I'm not frisky kind of person. Let's play cards.
No. Nope.
Let's play cards. And let me think about that.
So,
That's very interesting.
you're gonna get down.
And my son Kenny doesn't even need to know.
Because he doesn't even know that you have. So if she would have died, if you would have died before her, she would have gotten all that?
$900 a month.
Oh, wow. Here. Did she know that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's like 65.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
This is the first time Phil has mentioned a potential romantic relationship with Joan. Though he tries multiple times to establish that Joan wouldn't have to be a romantic partner to him, there is an undeniable undercurrent that is something he would be interested in.
You're going to tell me, though, how it happened, aren't you? I'm done. I think, wait. Yeah, I'm done. You can tell me how it happened.
After I get to Cincinnati, I'll tell you how.
No. Good try.
I'm done.
I think you should just tell me so we can get past that, so I can quit wondering. To tell you the truth. Because I'm wondering. And like I said, I don't even care, which is crazy about it. I don't even care if you cut her up, put her in a blender, and drank her for breakfast. Well, I know you didn't do that. I know. So, but it's sort of like, I'm like, okay, I'll be laying there like, okay, did he like how?
No.
I know, but I want to know. And it's like, why? I don't know why. I just do.
Say she wasn't breathing. This is a scenario.
What?
Just a scenario.
And I'll put you get a plastic bag from some grocery store that's going to have paper to give you a plastic bag.
Like Giant Eagle, the blue ones?
Yeah. Or, yeah.
Like that thin? No, that's pretty thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say her tongue is stuck. You put a bag, say this is just a scenario.
Right.
Over her face. And tied it around her neck.
Right.
It's just a scenario.
Right.
She wasn't breathing anyway, possibly. But I didn't try to help her because she didn't want me to.
Right. So, like, aren't those too thin? You know?
Girls.
Okay, so how long does it take? Does it take a while? If I did that to would that be better to do it like that to my mom or with the pillow? If I were to do that.
If you were to do that.
Yeah. Do the pillow.
Let's say you have to tie the bag around her neck.
Yeah.
There might be a mark on her neck. Just a scenario.
Right.
It's a possibility.
Right.
Finally, the last bits and pieces of the dark, twisted puzzle that Phil has made for Joan are clicked into place. By withholding their marriage until Phil tells the truth, Joan puts herself in a playful position of power that allows her to get answers out of Phil, who now fully trusts her, in spite of adding just a scenario to the end of everything he proposes.
However, though, I think you're close enough to me to know that. You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
No.
What do you think I'm going to say? You know me. What do you think I'm going to say?
That you're going to ask me how I did it again.
Well, I know how you did it.
How did I do it?
You, while she was asleep on the couch, you put a plastic bag over her head, which is then tied it up. She was on the plastic. But how'd you get her on the plastic?
She fell there on her own.
But I don't buy that.
Okay.
You know why? Because I can see it in your eyes.
Okay.
And I just want you to tell me, but I do find it very intriguing.
What, me?
Yeah.
Or the story?
Both. Because I told you yesterday, and I get it. Like, I get the setup. I get it.
Being numb.
Yeah.
Being numb.
Yeah.
and all this happening, and you probably afterwards stood back and was like, what just happened? I'm guessing, I don't know. Tell me, does it feel like that?
Kind of does, kind of.
Did you feel relief? Because I think that's how I would feel.
I didn't feel relief until I was on the road and in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Then I felt relief.
Then, well, you probably didn't feel relief till you were on your way back.
No, I was on my way down.
Even with her in there, you felt relief?
Mm-hmm. You should have done that.
Oh, I should have. But I'm glad.
So he's happy that he did
You didn't
it.
show me, because I'm going to win fair and square.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay.
After a few more rounds of cards, Joan made her exit from meeting with Phil for the very last time. Just a few hours later, police arrived at the same Burger King where Joan and Phil had met countless times before. Only this time, they were there to put him in handcuffs.
She's right there, sir? No, I heard it.
Coming up on keyboard.
Have a talk. See anything? It's okay? You want to talk? No?
I talked to you as a friend.
Well, the bad news is, I don't work for your list. Okay. So you got to step up.
Can I park my truck into my money?
Step up.
You're kidding.
Step up.
You're kidding.
Step up. Now do me a favor. Let's stand over here and pitch down. Hands up against this.
That's
When
what
Phil
you
arrived
get
in
for being a
jail
piece
for
of
the murder of
shit.
his wife, he still had no idea that Joan, or Missy as he knew her, was behind his arrest. He even attempted to use his one phone call on her. Unsurprisingly, it fell on deaf ears. Phil was ultimately sentenced to 20 years in prison for aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. At his age, the judge deemed it a life sentence. Bobby's body has not been found to this day, though Phil admitted to police what dumpster he put her body in Kentucky. It's a tragic end to a tragic case. But, thankfully, Phil is behind bars for good. I really hope you liked today's video. Make sure to check out our link down below to get a 14-day free trial and start learning about your family.
Alright guys, we're gonna hit the rest of this, probably tomorrow. I'm tired. I got this crap in my throat. I cannot get to quit. So, I don't know, bit of true crime. A few things popping up. So, I'm trying to figure out a decent schedule. Because I like watching my friend Kaylee. But trying to do this before her stream is proving very difficult. So I'll try to figure out some kind of schedule to get it down. But you guys are more than welcome to watch the replays, everything else. And I will try to come back on at least around the same time tomorrow. So hit subscribe and the bell so you get notified, and I will see you guys then. Bye guys.
Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Had to represent the image of someone else. Now it's time to take control of my mental health. I can't believe I even let this all affect me. I don't wanna be like nobody else. I wanna be different. And if that means I gotta do this by myself, well then I'd rather be a misfit. Had me feeling like I never deserved this. Everything I do is absolutely worthless. Turn around and feeling like I was deserted. Had me feeling like I had to leave this earth, kid. Now I'm looking at the world through a new lens. Had to gotta separate for some new friends. Feeling better now, I just wanna let you know. Don't cry when they find me on the phone. If you don't understand what I'm saying, one day you'll find out. Eventually the greedy need a bigger mouth. Chew you up and swallow, then vomit out. It's what they live for. Listen, I can tell what you're missing. Vision, don't regret that decision. Feels just like a head-on collision. Misfit, who be, never question. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Had to represent the image of someone else. Now it's time to take control of my mental health. I can't believe I even let this all affect me. I don't wanna be like nobody else. I wanna be different. And if that means I gotta do this by myself, well then I'd rather be a misfit. Ride a roller coaster, no, never will again. Forget anyone bringing around the negative. I just wanna find a way to stay positive. I can't believe I wasn't addicted to acknowledgement. Now it's all about happiness, sunshine. Not a single rain cloud in my sky. Take a breath, step to the side. Somebody lend a hand, cause I'm drowning inside. If you don't understand what I'm saying, one day you'll find out. Eventually the greedy need a bigger mouth. Chew you up and swallow, then vomit out. That's what they live for. Listen, I can tell what you're missing. Vision, don't regret that decision. Feels just like a head-on collision. Misfit, who I be, never question. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Had to represent the image of someone else. Now it's time to take control of my mental health. I can't believe I even let this all affect me. I don't wanna be like nobody else. I wanna be different. And if that means I gotta do this by myself, well then I'd rather be a misfit. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Rather be a misfit. I don't wanna be like nobody else. Rather be a misfit. Living since I was a child, couldn't be myself. Rather be a misfit. I don't wanna be like nobody else. Rather be a misfit. If you don't understand what I'm saying, one day you'll find out. Eventually the greedy need a bigger mouth. Chew you up and swallow, then vomit out. That's what they live for. Listen, I can tell what you're missing. Vision, don't regret that decision.